This is Pokling 888 Telemetrading Daily Market Research and Data Analysis. Here are the top 10 most active companies in the Philippine Stock Exchange in terms of volume. All-day Marts traded 194.84 million at a price of 58 cents per share, followed by the Monday Nissen with 53.35 million at a price of 16 pesos and 10 cents per share. Then the AC Energy Philippines with 34.22 million at a price of 10 pesos and 6 cents. Then the DFNN traded 23.13 million. Then the Cemex Holdings with 16.95 million. Next, the Metro Pacific Investment closed at a price of 3 pesos and 87 cents per share and traded 9.78 million. Then the Greenergy traded 7.86 million at a price of 2.36, and Metropolitan Bank closed at a price of 52 pesos and 15 cents per share and traded 7.80 million. Next, the Alliance Global with 7.70 million. And lastly, the Ayala Land traded 7.30 million at a price of 36 pesos per share. And here are the top gainers. The RFM with 2.61% gains at a price of 4 pesos and 72 cents per share. And the DDMP REIT with 0.56% gains at a price of 1 peso and 79 cents per share. And here are the early decliners. All-day Marts declined 7.94%. Consumption Industrial with 0.24% losses at a price of 20 pesos and 5 cents per share. And the Monday Nissen with 0.12% losses at a price of 16 pesos and 10 cents per share. Here are the Forex updates. The dollar index firmed up above 96.3, while the Australian dollar hovered below 0.715 against the US dollar on Tuesday, while the Chinese yuan strengthened past 6.375 per US dollar, and the New Zealand dollar traded below 0.678 against the US dollar. And for Japanese yen eases as Fed meeting looms. The yen eased to around 113.7 per US dollar. And for the commodities updates, for gold prices were little changed around 1,785 US dollars an ounce on Tuesday, while the crude oil WTI crude futures traded higher above 71.5 US dollars a barrel on Tuesday. And for Brent crude futures lipped towards 74 US dollars per barrel, while the natural gas surges to record highs. Europe's natural gas prices soared to a fresh record high of 119 euro per megawatt hour. And for the stock market updates, in US stock futures inched higher on Tuesday after a disappointing start to the week, while investors await economic and policy outlook guidance from the Federal Reserve's meeting this week. Nasdaq 100 futures edged up 0.1%, while Dow Jones and S&P 500 futures each gained about 0.15%. The three major averages fell in regular trading on Monday amid concerns around economic risks from the Omicron variant, as well as central bank efforts to rein in inflation. The Nasdaq Composite led the declines as investors rotated out of technology stocks with high valuations, with notable losses from Apple 2.07%, Tesla, 4.98% losses. Nvidia, 6.75%. Amazon, 1.54%. And Microsoft, 0.92% losses. In Japan, the Nikkei 225 index fell 0.2% towards 28,580. Early market laggards include Lasertec 2.6%, Mitsui High-Tech 1.2% losses, Hitachi 1.8%, Fast Retailing 1.2% losses, Japan Airlines 2.7% losses, and Anna Holdings with losses of 2.8%. Meanwhile, gains were seen from Flex Company 12.4%, Toyota Motor 1.6%, Tokyo Marine 2.5% gains, Visional Incorporated 2.5%, Z Holdings 1.7%, and Chugai Pharmaceutical with 1.2% gains. In China, the Shanghai Composite Index fell 0.5% to around 3,663, while the Shenzhen Component Index shed 0.3% to 15,160 on Tuesday. The energy, metals, industrial, and transportation sectors, as well as the high-growth new energy space, led the declines. Some of the market laggards were Contemporary Amper with 1.7%, BYD Company with 1.7% losses, China Northern Rare Earth with 3.3% losses, Costco Shipping with losses of 4%, Shanxi Meijing 3.6%, Sany Heavy Industry with 1.7% losses, and Aluminum Corporation with 3.4% losses. In South Africa, the FTSE or JSE All-Share Index traded along the flat line around 7,510 on Tuesday. In UK, the FTSE 100 rose more than 0.5%, while in Europe, European stocks paired some gains to trade mixed on Tuesday, with Germany's DAX or DAX and France's CAC trading around the flat line, while UK's FTSE 100, Italy's FTSE MIB, and Spain's IBEX rising. In Italy, Italian shares edged higher. The FTSE MIB was 0.4% higher, around 26,670 on Tuesday, supported by the banking sector, as investors await key monetary policy decisions this week, including a faster Fed taper and how the ECB will adapt its regular asset purchase program in April. Financial shares rose 0.8%, driven by Banca Carriage 8.2%, following talks that the bank may soon be acquired by BPER Banca 1.5%, or Credit Agricole. Meanwhile, UniCredit jumped 1.8%, still tracking the forecasts of higher profits from its new industrial plan, while its CEO Andrew Orsel said it has not ruled out further operation to create value and returns of over 10%. In New Zealand stocks ease amid weak global cues. The New Zealand Exchange 50 Index eased 0.5% to close at 12,930 on Tuesday. Notable decliners include Move Logistics 1.21%, Spark New Zealand with negative 1.33%, Meridian Energy with losses of 1.71%, Main Freight with 2.42% losses, and A2 Milk with losses of 2.03%. Elsewhere, Air New Zealand has 1.58% losses, said it has increased its government loan facility by the NZ or 500 million New Zealand dollars as it faces continued headwinds from domestic lockdowns and COVID-19 related travel restrictions across its global network. In Australia, the S&P, or Australian Exchange 200 index, closed slightly lower by 0.01% at 7,378.4 on Tuesday, as sharp losses among retailers were offset by gains in the financial and healthcare sectors. Woolworth's shares dropped 7.67% after the company forecast lower first half operating income from its local food business as easing COVID-19 curbs brought an end to the pandemic stockpiling that drove sales in its sector last year. Other decliners in the retail group was Farmers 2.31% and Coles 2.74% losses. Meanwhile, financial firms climbed higher, led by gains from Charter Hall 5.28% and Goodman 1.99%. Healthcare firms gained as well, with Virtus Health jumping 34.55% after the IVF company received 607 million Australian dollars takeover bid from BGH Group. Elsewhere, technology, energy, and travel-related stocks tracked global peers lower. And here's the latest news in Wiki Forex. Crypto regulations should be comprehensive, says by the IMF. Crypto regulations should be comprehensive. The financial institution also highlighted rapid global crypto adoption. International Monetary Fund, or the IMF, recently published a post about crypto assets and the regulations. The fund asked for a comprehensive global approach to regulate digital assets. The crypto market witnessed significant growth in the last 11 months. The market capitalization of digital assets jumped by more than 200% this year and touched a record high of $3 trillion in November 2021. With rising adoption, the use of crypto assets in illegal financial activities has also increased. IMF highlighted some key issues related to Bitcoin and other digital assets. And this is Emmy from the Philippines reporting.